It's no doubt that Hillary Clinton is the most corrupt, sinister, and evil politician in American history. I can't think of another politician who has done more harm to the United States and the rest of the world while personally enriching herself. I know a lot of Americans are hoping that the Justice Department will finally throw the book at Hillary Clinton and lock her up for her pay-to-play operation of the State Department. But as I have often recorded on these YouTube videos, if you hope for a federal court decision or a federal bureaucracy to do the right thing, don't hold your breath, because you'll probably die waiting. Americans have to become angry enough to demand that our representatives in Congress impeach Hillary Clinton for her high crimes and misdemeanors. We have to do this because the Justice Department, including the FBI, has been bribed so thoroughly and infiltrated so completely that it's completely beyond salvation. Imagine for a moment that Hillary Clinton was actually indicted for her criminal actions during her time as Secretary of State. She would probably go on trial in front of a federal judge who was appointed by her husband, Bill Clinton, better known as Slick Willie, or sometimes Bubba, or even worse, Barack Obama. If Americans hope to see justice and want to turn things around in our country, we have to be the ones who demand that Hillary Clinton be impeached for her high crimes and misdemeanors. This woman lies every time she opens her mouth. Is open as lying. There was not a single reason for her to use a private email server while she was Secretary of State other than to criminally hide her actions and correspondence from legal scrutiny. This slimy politician has lied to the American people, to Congress, and to the FBI time and time again, and yet she gets away with it. Anyone whose last name is not Clinton would be in prison for doing what she has done, and the key would have been thrown away. Today, I'm going to lay out the case for impeaching Hillary Clinton for her criminal actions when she was the Obama Secretary of State. And yes, it can be done now. And even if she gets to be president, it can be done then. Just wait and hear what happened in the past, laying a foundation for our future. Congress has enough time to do this during the upcoming lame duck session, and even the next Congress does. And at least one member of Congress right now is already taking steps toward impeaching Clinton. We need to help him along. The lame duck session is a period of time when the current Congress goes into session for the last time before the new Congress begins in January. So stay tuned.
It's time for another blistering report from the front lines of the cultural war for a constitutional America. And now, here's your host, Charles Benninghoff.
Republican Congressman Steve King from Iowa says that some of the groundwork has already been done to impeach Hillary Clinton. King says the House Judiciary Committee and the House Oversight Committee, through its chairman, has already sent a preservation order to the Justice Department this week. That preservation order was for the 650,000 emails that were discovered on disgraced Democrat Congressman Anthony Weiner's laptop. If the Justice Department destroys that laptop or those emails, it constitutes a felony and will most likely lead to criminal charges. Those committees are expected to start examining the Weiner emails the second that the lame duck session of Congress begins. Representative King says that the investigation of the newly discovered emails could lead the current Congress to impeach Hillary Clinton. Well, is it possible to impeach crooked Hillary for crimes she committed between 2009 and 2013 as Secretary of State? Guess what? It sure is. We found historical precedent for it. President Ulysses S. Grant's Secretary of War was a man named William Belknap. Well, we know from historical Senate records that Secretary Belknap was running guns to the French and pocketing the profits. He sold military trading posts in Indian Territory to his personal cronies in return for a share of the profits. Belknap also sold political appointments in exchange for kickbacks. Sounds similar. I think old Hillary Clinton went to the Belknap School of Political Appointments. Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama ran a gun-running operation through the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt and Libya. Clinton told military crews to stand down in Benghazi and allowed 4 Americans to get killed. She also started a civil war in Syria under the direction of George Soros. That war has killed 470,000 people so far and flooded the United States and Europe with unvetted refugees. George Soros poured $25 million into Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. Hillary turned around then and destroyed the country of Libya. And now, crooked Hillary also approved arms deals to countries like Saudi Arabia and Qatar, nations which donated tens of millions of dollars to the Clinton Foundation and in personal payments to Bill and Hillary Clinton. But getting back to Secretary William Belknap, Congress impeached Belknap in 1876 after he resigned from his position as Secretary of War. The chief crime that Belknap was accused of was, quote, criminally disregarding his duty and prostituting his high office to his lust for private gain. Belknap was impeached unanimously by the House, even though he had resigned. The Senate agreed that it was impeachment and it had jurisdiction over former government officials. A majority of senators voted to convict Belknap on the charges against him, but fell just one short of the 2/3 vote needed for a conviction itself. My point is this: Congress can impeach Hillary Clinton for prostituting the office of Secretary of State for personal gain, even though she left office in 2013. Congress has a duty to impeach Hillary Clinton. So we have precedent. The House has the new Wiener evidence under a preservation order, and Congress has enough time to conduct a trial during the lame duck session. What Congress lacks is the will to take the next step. That's where we come in. Are you sick and tired of crooked Hillary looking straight into the camera and lying to the American people? The cover-ups, the vanishing evidence, the whitewashed investigation by her personal friends like James Comey and Let 'Em Loose, Loretta Lynch, not to mention a string of dead bodies connected to the Clintons, from Vince Foster in the 1990s, all the way up to the DNC staffer this past summer who is suspected to have helped WikiLeaks gain access to all the leaked emails that came out that year. He ended up deader than a doornail. The list goes on and on. We won't see justice in this case unless we demand it. That's why I hope you'll speak out today and demand that Congress impeach Hillary Clinton. You can do that from our action page today. Bob Mallory will have instructions on the next screen to let you know how you can get involved in impeaching Hillary Clinton. Congress needs to hear a groundswell of popular support for impeaching Hillary Clinton right now, and you can be part of this historic action. Just do it. Do it today. This is Charles Benninghoff signing off and wishing you freedom, fulfillment, and God's many, many blessings.
Tell Congress to impeach former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton for selling America's foreign policy to the highest bidders. If you're watching this on our action page, just use the form next to the video screen to select a program. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, click the icon appearing now to find a link to our action page, or check the video's description to find the link. Speak out today.